All right, guys, today we are here with Aaron at Twin Dragon Games with our first place. Let them know, what were you playing today?
I was playing Branded Despia. Oh, it's a stupid version of it. If you play Branded Despia, you're gonna hate this profile. I promise.
You won though. You won today,
I did
bro.
win. I went 8-0 in all terms of all duels, 4-0.
Who did you play against today? What was your first match, second, third, and fourth match?
Oh boy, my first match was against. That seems like 4 hours ago.
There's like two.
No, I know, but I think it was. It was Cyber Dragons.
Okay, Cyber Dragons?
Cyber Dragons, 2-0 to my case. He clapped me last week, but I destroyed it this week.
Okay.
So it was that. Then it was like Thrown Together deck was the second round against a person who normally plays Prank Kids but can't because Prank Kids is banned.
Gotcha, okay.
So he's playing just the Thrown Together deck.
Poor Pedro.
Yep. And then round 3, honestly, no, don't remember. Then the finals was against Sword Soul.
Okay. Awesome. All right, let's see it.
Yeah.
Let's see what this. I'm really curious. I have no idea what this is.
Just playing triple Abas.
All right.
I don't know why you would play 2. Card's great. In the final, I Sword Soul. I normal summoned and used Albaz's effect twice to create Mirror Jade. So that's what won it. So
That's crazy.
That's not how I thought I would win, but that's what ended up winning it. Triple Aluber.
Nice.
It's pretty standard. Triple Tragedy. A lot of people only play 2. I'm never mad about drawing this card, and this card works. There's a reason for running 3 of them, which you'll see a little later, but also here.
Okay.
The thing a lot of people hate is Keeper Dragon Magic. This card's crazy
nice.
good, and it comes in the structure deck. It's really good. This is supposed to be Branded Despia DPE, but I didn't get my DP in the mail.
Okay.
So that's what is also great about this is you can also search Fusion Destiny. So if you open up like branded Fusion and you're like, oh, I don't need that, then you just search Fusion Destiny, you get free DBE. So it's like this card, and you can also search normal poly off of it. So like literally whatever you want, you can get.
Oh my god.
I also, because I'm running all that, I would be running Edge Imp too, and so off of Edge Imp, like you can discard either the Tragedy or the Edge Imp with this, and then it's just you win. Like it's
god.
a million plus. So this is way better than Kit. A lot of people are running 2 or 3 Kit. This is just so much better of a card if you're doing that. Also, the double Dramaturg, that's kind of uncomming.
Nice. I like it though. I like it.
It comes
good,
up
dude.
all the time of like.
And it's a 3K beater with a negate.
It's hard to get over. It's easy out. Whatever. It's easy to search too. So it's a great card. I literally couldn't find my 3rd one. Otherwise, I'd run 3 of this. The Merc. People run this at 1, but this card's nuts.
Okay.
Because you can search it, and like if you've seen the PAX build, this is like sort of similar. But all the time, what you'll do is like you'll Mirror Jade, and then like your first banish, you'll get rid of this. You'll send this, and then this searches you the Mercurial, and then you have the negate.
Oh wow!
So that's like the secret sauce. That's a PAX move right there.
Nice.
I run Allure, which is also based off the PAX build. So like if you banish this off Allure, you get the search too. And same with Tragedy. So that's why you run these 3. Or you run them each at 3. I only have 2 because I literally couldn't find my 3rd one.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it worked. Then I'll turn the 1 Albion. I sometimes run it at 2 because it's like basically an upstart, but I really like it at 1 right now. And then same the 1 Kit. I only ever used this when I had the Fusion out and I could do the special summon. I didn't care about it any of the rest of the time.
Okay.
Then the other one of that makes sense for the deck is the Ad Libitum of Despia. I never use this card all day. People run this at 2 and the Dramaturg at 1. I think that's totally backwards. I think you should run the Dramaturg at 2 and this at 1 because this is almost, for me, this never came up ever.
Okay.
So I don't have like snow or anything like that. So for me, my light targets were this, and this literally won me the game in the final game, the second match of the finals. Because I had Masquerade out the turn before. I poked for Masquerade for 25. Then I had Masquerade. I summoned this, boosted up this up to 3, so then I did 55. So this literally won the game. The second time I hard drew it. But other than that, like these are just light targets for the Albion summon. This could very easily be snow, but also like to get out of a DP or whatever. Like the 1 Kaiju's kind of fun sometimes.
Yeah.
Only hand traps. I ran 2 Ash Blossom cards. Good. I would run 3, but I only have 2.
Gotcha.
So then on to spells, I'll just get rid of all this. Triple Branded Fusion. Duh.
Double open.
Red. I don't
Okay.
have opening, so I wasn't running opening.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because it's $30 card, and I was like, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
spend
that's
$30
true.
a piece, like if it's about to get reprinted. So I wasn't actually running opening, and that's the other reason that Keeper of Dragon Magic came in clutch, is because you get your tragedy search off the discard of that.
Wow.
So it's like you
I gotta
can
look
run-
at that. I gotta look at that tech, dude. That
Yeah,
sounds
so it's
amazing.
like either run opening and do your discard that way, or run Keeper and do the discard that way. So it's like
Wow.
Keeper's like, honestly, I think it makes more sense because you can replace that opening. It's definitely also the best budget play because you can replace the opening and you get all that synergy with your searching your polys and everything.
Nice.
And again, like I would run Edgip and Fright Fur, but I just didn't have that stuff on hand.
Gosh, okay.
One Brand Lost, that card's crazy good.
Awesome.
I was running triple poly because I didn't have other better way to search it.
Right.
I just activated it from hand so many times today.
It's
like,
the MVP,
it's so
bro.
good.
It's
It's
so-
like we're back to like 2002. This card is absolutely broken. Like super like the fact that you or normal poly, the fact that you can activate it more than once per turn, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Because like there was a time too where I summoned a Luber, it got ashed, and then I normal polyed off of it, and then I allured the tragedy, and then got the dramaturg,
Yeah.
and then I polyed with the dramaturg that I added. So it's like because you can do it more than once. It's like who cares?
Right.
The weird also spice is Mass Change 2,
Whoa.
and that also came up to win the game in the final.
Check this out. Discard one card. Target one face-up monster you control that has a level sent to the graveyard. Also, if let the field by its effects, special one actually like one mass hero with the same attribute but a higher level. So you're playing Dark Claw.
Playing Dark Claw because
Oh my
against
god.
like literally anything that uses the graveyard, so like against heroes, I played hero, and it's like not exactly a mirror match, but like I got my Dark Claw out first and then just won. So that was
Oh
fun.
no.
Yeah, so like if you were playing like Sky Strikers, whatever, anything that uses the grave, if you can get this out, you basically win. The way it came up in the final is not the way it's supposed to work. Normally I try to discard the tragedy off of the Mass Change. I opened up almost nothing, so I normal summoned the tragedy, which you would never do for your life, but then you activate the Mass Change, and because the Mass Change sends it to the graveyard, you get the search.
Oh my
So
god.
that came out, and even when I did
That
it,
is spicy, dude.
yeah,
That
even
is
when I did
awesome.
it, my opponent was like, "Did you just normal a tragedy and then mask change it?" And I was like, "Yep."
Yup. Yup.
That's what I had left. 2 super poly. I play the third in the side deck. This card's great. I side out the third because it is kind of doesn't work to draw a lot, and it's not great going first. So if you end up going first, it's better to see one. But I sat in the third against these special. I was expecting to see a mirror match today. I didn't play any other Despia players.
Wow. Okay.
So against that, it'd be crazy.
Right.
But I used it once against the Sword Soul, and I used it to totally board wipe the E heroes because I just used all of their heroes for my own devices. And also, like I've never used the normal summon Albaz effect. I used it in like 4 of the duels today, so that was also
insane.
correct. So I was playing 2 Allure. Again, I would play 3 because this card's nuts because you can banish the Tragedy or the Merc and get the searches. So either way, it's great. There is Pax outlines this in his video, but there's a loop that you can do where you banish the Merc and then you get the Mirror Jade out. Then you add the Merc back to your hand, and if you draw 2 Allures, you get like +6 cards off of it, which is nuts. And it also, like, if you're able to do Allure 1 Tri-Brigade and Allure the Despian, then you get both searches. So you can either try like Allure the Tri-Brigade twice and then only get the effect once, or do both of them and get both effects.
Okay.
One of the theater, that card's insane. I
so
kind of want
good.
to play it at 3 because like it's real good. It's the, the walking poly, and then it also like the spice 2 is to revive. You can revive like any fusion, but like you can revive Masquerade off of it, and then you don't burn its effect, so then it's still alive, and you can still bring it back off its own effect later.
Yeah.
That came up in the final match too, where I revived it with that instead of its own effect, and then I was able to bring it back again and then go for game. The one called by, never saw it, and then the one triple tactics talent. I would run that at more, but I only own one, so that's what it was. Branded Sword, the token thing came up against a hero player. I summoned 5 2,500 tokens because I had like a million branded spells in the grave. to summon 2,500 tokens and just won.
That's awesome.
But normally the other thing you do is you could send this off of Albion and then also bring your Merc back to your hand.
Right.
So that's like what most people normally do, but I had it. And then this card, which just got added in Dimensional Force, this card's insanely good.
Dude.
I used it twice against the Sword Soul to use my Tragedy with their like Shenyi or whatever, like twice. So I used it twice.
Searchable Super Poly for the deck.
Searchable Super Poly.
They're gonna hit Super Poly.
Yeah, so it's like right, and
Yeah.
it's even better because like it also revives. So it revives your monster and lets you Super Poly with whatever. So that's the card's just insane.
Wow.
So that's the main deck. I think it's like 44 or 5 cards, something like that. Maybe 46. The side deck, I was playing the 1 token collector. Never cited it in. Double Tin Twisters. This is the spice that we've talked about before. The
Yeah,
Foolish Return.
dude. Yeah.
So it's like not as good, but also good. Called by the Grave. Because like if you're playing Sky Strikers or anything that needs to use the Grave, it doesn't negate any gravey artifacts, but it just gets out of the Grave. So your effect has to be in the Grave to resolve. Well, your card's not in the Grave anymore.
This is such a good replacement for Call by the Grave.
So
when you
it's
told me
like
about that, I was
run,
like, oh my god.
You can basically run Call by at 3. Again, it's not quite as good because it doesn't negate an effect, but most of the time you're special summoning from the Grave is the effect, and so that gets rid of that. So the 3rd Super Poly, then I was running 2, there can only be 1s, 2 Imperms, 2 Regekis, because there's just some boards you can't break with this, but you know, and it's come up before.
But what board can't a Regeki break?
There's also come up before where I've drawn both Regekis.
Poly and
it's
Regeki.
Like, they negate the
2022,
first one,
bro.
Yeah,
and now we got to change a heart.
Exactly. So they negate the first one. You're like, okay, well, it's not once per turn, so I'll just second Regeki. Then D Barrier and a Harpy's Feather Dust. So that's the side. The extra deck's also weird. So double Mirror Jade.
Okay.
Double Rebellion and double Albion. I might run the Albion at once since I'm only running 2 light targets. Because it just doesn't, I don't know, it kind of eats up space. Double Masquerade. I never got both of them out, but the card's crazy good.
Yeah.
I was only running 1 Chimera, and I never summoned it. The other Sword of Spice card is the first Dark Lord.
Nice, okay.
Because you can use, you know, all the Despias are fairies. So like if you summon this and use Dramaturg, then you get 7,000 damage on the board for free, and then you just pay 1,000 and can summon any of your fairies in the grave.
Jesus.
So if you use a Luber, so you put game on board with, you know, one polymerization or the theater and a handful of fairies. So the card's crazy good. The 1 Dark Law, obviously for the maxed hero stuff, and the Draco Stapelia and the Starving Venom.
Very nice.
And then 1 Tahana Clad and 1 Brigand. This card is crazy if you're able to use it with the Albion and the Kaiju, because this becomes Fallen Albaz in the grave. So then you get what is it, plus
what would it be?
1,800, so it becomes 4,300. So it's like, it didn't come up today, but people now are doing this like thing where you do that and then the Titanic Club becomes 41. So if they do that, you can just make yours even bigger, and then you just don't care. So that's why the Kaiju is like fun, but I usually side the Kaiju out after game 1, depending on what. So but anyway, that's it. So,
awesome. Any shout outs?
No.
Okay.
Shout out to picking up the Albaz structure deck 3 weeks ago and winning the locals.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good job, man. Awesome. All right, we'll see you guys next time.